3 relationships every registered person should have on today's Modern Day Leper with Ahmad Blakemore. Hello, how are you? And welcome back to another edition of Modern Day Leper with Ahmad Blakemore. So today in this episode, we're talking about 3 relationships that every registered person should have. And it's a short list, and the relationships on this list is going to be rather surprising, to say the least. But this is what I call our personal advisory for safety, our personal advisors for safety. And so the first relationship that you want on your list is, surprisingly, police officers. Yeah, I just said police officers. Police officers, probation officers. When we come out of prison, these are the first relationships that we have. We have relationships with a probation officer or a parole officer. These people are here to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, being where we're supposed to be, and paying our fees. Now, what is the first thing we want to let these people know? The first thing we want to let them know is that we're problem free, that we're not going to cause any problems for them, that dealing with us is going to be very easy for them. They've already got hundreds of people that they see anyway. They've already got a pile of files, and they always want to know who's going to be easy to deal with and who's going to be hard to deal with. So the first thing I always do is let them know I'm probably going to be one of your easier people to deal with. You want their advice. And so I talk to them about various things. When I was on probation, I always talked to my probation officer. I let her know when things were going good and when they were going bad. I let her know that I was having a problem with the place that I was living. And as it progressively deteriorated, I let her know. Why? So if something happened with where I was living, she wasn't surprised. I always kept her abreast of everything. The sex offender rules. I made sure that I took time to visit with her, to sit down and have her explain them to me. Not because I actually needed her to explain them, but because I wanted to build a relationship with her that we could get along, that we could be cordial, that we could conversate, that we could have a sort of a friendship. And so while everyone else was having problems with their probation officers, my probation officer was always buying me McDonald's meals, asking me how I was I okay? Did I need money for the bus? She was always taking care of me because I was always doing what I was supposed to do and being where I was supposed to be. And there were other police officers that I had friendships with, that I was cordial with. If there was problems, I'd always say, I don't know if I have a warrant or not. Can you pull it up and take a look for me? And guy sitting in the car, and he would tell me whether I had a warrant or not. And he'd say, no, I don't see anything. And I'd say, hey, that's great. But it's a good relationship to be able to talk to police officers and have information, to get information before you go to court. If you can find out whether you have warrants or not, or if there's something against you, or if there's a suspension on your driver's license, you want to know these things. And it's good to have relationships with people that you can ask these questions to, that don't mind working with you and talking to you. Why? Because they know you're a good person and that you're a progressive person. You're trying to get ahead. You're trying to progress. You're trying to better yourself. And when they see that you're trying to be a winner, they will help you be a winner. I remember when I got my first job at a landscape company, I told my probation officer I finally got a job and she was happy. And when I started my business working for myself, guess what? I didn't have a driver's license. And I told her, I got to go to work. I got to drive my truck and I don't have a driver's license. And she says, listen, I'm not condoning this. And I'm going to let you know that you have to do what you have to do. But if you get pulled over, cooperate with the officers, because if you cooperate with them, I will come and get you. Whatever problem you have, I will always come and get you. But if you're resisting arrest or acting a donkey, I can't help you. So as long as I was being a winner, I was always protected. And consequently, it was she that called over to the DMV and convinced another state worker to help relieve the pressure to get my driver's license. Yep, it was my probation officer calling another state organization on my behalf. And guess what? We got it done. And most of the fees that I had to pay got waived because of my relationship with a police officer. Do all you can to open the door for yourself. When I go and I register every quarter, I always talk to the police officer. We're on a first name basis. He says, hi, Ahmad, how's it going? And I say, hey, Dave, how you doing? And he'll tell me what I need to know. I'll pay my money, re-register. And if there's something going on, he's going to tell me. I have a good relationship with police officers. Those are the people who are going to help keep me safe. Why? Because staying safe is my job. The second person you want to have a good relationship with is business professionals. You want to know professional people that you can interact with so that you can have doors open for you. I don't care if it's the owner of the convenience store or the Wendy's I go in every day. I know who the managers are. I'm always talking to the guys, waving to the guys, hey man, how's it going? Coming to get some burgers. They'll give me free drink cups. Or the guys at the chicken places, or wherever it is that I am. I want to know who's in charge of these businesses. Why? It helps me in my employment. It helps me with my references. It helps me when people come against me with negativity in the community. I know that these people, these professionals, are going to stand by me and say, Ahmad is a good guy. Don't mess with him. He's a good man. I know this guy. If I ever have a financial problem, I can go to them. And consequently, when I started my business, it was a business professional who got the equipment for me, the trucks, the trailers, the lawnmowers. Business professionals paid for all of that stuff for me because I wasn't in a financial position to do it. Putting your best foot forward when you deal with people, letting them know what your goals are, what your plans are, what you hope to become, and what you will do for them as they help you in the process. And when you're being successful, go back and show them that you're being successful. When I got the truck and the trailer and the lawnmowers, I made sure to go show my probation officer, hey, look at this rig I got. And she was like, wow, this is great. Which is why she went out of her way to help me get a driver's license. So business professionals, we need them. We need their voices. And under business professionals, I also added clergy, because clergymen deal with all sorts of people. They know lots of people. in and out of their church communities. You need to be able to be a part of these groups. Business professionals, other organizations are also part of business professionals. You may be a part of a prison ministry. You might be part of a 12-step program, whether it's for alcohol or another addiction, but it's still interacting with other business professionals. You want to have your name known in certain circles when it comes to being a professional person. The last class we were in was the Dave Ramsey class put on by one of the mega churches here, one of the bigger churches. And I went through the program for free. A lot of people were paying for the program. I happened to go through for free because they just wanted to have me in the program. A lot of the people knew me. I knew them, and I was glad to be there. I was glad to be there and to give back. And as you start giving back in the community, these are the people that will open doors for you. So, number one is police officers. Number two is business professionals. And number three, you should know, if you haven't guessed, lawyers. Of course, you should always have a relationship with lawyers. Listen, we're registered people. Things happen. People accuse us of things. People will say we were in places we should not have been. Or if you're like me and you're in various places talking about various situations and various content, there are people who have to open doors to make it possible for you to go to these different venues, to have conversations, to speak before these groups. And I always make sure that I have lawyers to tell me where I should be and shouldn't be, and make sure that they're there with me. They're covering my back, making sure that I stay where I'm supposed to be in my circle. Lawyers, let's say you see a lawyer's commercial on TV. What do you see? You see books. Why? Because that's where the law is, in the books. And we have to study those books. We have to study the law. There's a law library in every town. There's a law library downtown in the city I live in. If I want to learn something, I go to the law library. I know where the lawyers are hanging out in the courthouse. I might just go down and say hi and start talking to them. Just talking to them, getting to know them, talking to them about the things they specialize in. A lot of lawyers specialize in real estate. Some specialize in divorce. Some are criminal defense attorneys. But get to know who they are. Talk to them. Build relationships with them. Because this is your advisory team. These are the people that will open doors for you. And when you have problems, these are the people that will help get you back on track. Listen, it's our job to stay free. And we have to develop the people, the skills, the attitude to remain free. We can't give that job to somebody else. Knowing police officers is great. Knowing business professionals in the community is great. And I can tell you firsthand, having 4 or 5 lawyer friends to make sure that when I have a problem, they settle it quickly and efficiently to keep me safe is great. It's our job to keep us safe. Don't ever give that job to somebody else. My name is Ahmad Blakemore. I am the modern day leper, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great one. Bye-bye.